I've been up since 4:30 working on a post on LinkedIn. It is it's the smoking gun that ultimately provides more evidence that I am the visionary behind Ethereum. Let's put it that way. So I love writing, but I hate writing because it's so difficult because of my dyslexia. And what takes you 30 minutes takes me hours and hours to do. And I realized, what the heck am I writing for? I should just make a video. So because I'm fucking dyslexic. So I could have just made the video, than try to bang out this letter. So here goes. Let me give you the story. And I had to actually go back and grab all the dots and put everything together. But this shit is fucking amazing. Excuse my French. Fucking amazing. I'll say it again. Wow. So, all right. So the story, I finished OIF Foundups 1.0. Okay, Foundups is not finished until now, 3.0. But back then I thought it was finished. I was like, wow, I've got this thing called the Open Innovation Framework. You've seen my diagrams, I'll post it as a header here. You can look at it. Everything that has brought about the blockchain revolution is in my pattern, right? I can show you everything. And so I had where do I want to start here? I had basically got turned down from Dave McClure. He actually blocked me on email. I bugged him so much. I went and interviewed Adele Reese and said, dude, I've got the way to scale Founders Institute all over the planet. That was my angle with him. And, I said, I want you to get behind this. And he's the one who gave me a lot of the information, for example, where I got 99.97% of pre-seed startups fail. That came from Adele Reese indirectly. Basically, I asked him what percentages of business plans get funded. And he said 99% fail. So I said, well, there's a lot more. I thought to myself, well, I think it's 0.97. How many ideas don't have business plans that try to get launched, right? So that's a very conservative 0.97. It's probably 0.999, right? In reality, how many times you have an idea that I want to do something, but just can't do it, right? Because you just can't move forward. So he turned me down. And I reached out to Eric Reese with Lean Startups. Like, hey man, I've got this other idea. Boom, nothing. So finally, I was like, well, Norm Chomsky gets the problem. Maybe he can connect me. This is in October of 2011. I'm like, I want to get this thing built. I've got this OIF. I've got this pattern. I'm a dressmaker, but I'm not a dressmaker. I don't have the skills. I can't stitch. I'm talking about coding, using an analogy here. But I have this pattern. It needs to be built because this pattern is going to save our planet. Or it might. It has a chance at least with this pattern. Without this pattern, there is no fucking chance. We're fucking doomed, right? I got to get this pattern built. So I reach out to Norm saying, hey man, connect with you. People, connect me. And basically what Norm wrote, I'll just read it off right now. I'll read what I wrote to Norm. Let's see here. Let me pull up I'm writing this as actually a post on LinkedIn that I'm going to publish. But I said 2 months, blah, 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 blah. So 2 months before I started. So here's the original email I sent. I said, Mr. Chomsky, all right, what if I told you we can use a collaborative, right? That's decentralized, collaborative, open, right? And highly scalable framework. That's OIF, right? It's collaborative and highly scalable. That's what the blockchain is. It's collaborative in the sense that anyone can participate, put coins in there, right? To launch what I'm calling open, selfless corpse. They're Danos, but in fact, it's actually Foundups 2 Danos, but I didn't want to kind of get into all the detail. And these open corps invest 20 to 80%, now 100% as of 2018, of their net profits into new startups, right, which are Foundups. Let me make a small F on this, right? Foundups. Foundups, there are autonomous, open, okay, they're open. So what's different from a Foundup, anyone can join, right? That's the cool thing. It's like, there is no hey, it's closed. Like right now, even with the blockchain, everything is closed. So there's no Foundups yet, right? Autonomous, open, autonomous, decentralized, okay, startups. They're open, autonomous, decentralized startups. So open, anyone can join. They're autonomous. The Noodle's going to run them all. So, like, for example, what the Noodle's going to do is, like, you don't have to set up any of your social media. You don't have to set up your Twitter. All that shit is going to be automated. Bots, right? It's like, boom, here's my idea. The framework is going to do everything else. It's like, here's my found up, boom. You go to this, you get a team, or, you know, people validate it. It sets up all your accounts, it sets up all your Facebook accounts. It does everything for you, right? And so it takes care of, like, just like how the Russians elected the real retard. Okay, that's my hashtag, real retard. So please using real retard for our president. Because he is the real retard, the only retard, right? But the real retard. We can do the same thing for Foundups, right? I've been talking about the noodle since 2000. I've been predicting the noodle. And the noodle's here, but the noodle's evil. It's insidious right now. It's in the hands of the corporations. And we're going to take it back, right? In social capitalism, the noodle fights for us, for you and me. And it protects us and protects our identity. And it holds our information and it leaks out stuff we want it to leak out. And it will ask us whether we want to leak it out. And it will make our life easier, the noodle. It's a beneficial open AI on the blockchain, the noodle, all right? And other companies are building it. So we don't need to build it. That's a beautiful thing. That's why I'm not in a rush to launch Foundups, because all these things, it's just not ready. 2020, it'll be ready. It's a great year to launch because it's 2020. Who wouldn't want to launch their company that's going to change the planet? What year would you launch it on? It'd be 2020. So, all right. That become open corps, decentralized. That then become more open corps. Open corps is the DAO. That's the decentralized autonomous organization. That's what Vitalik via Mihaly called open corps. They're driven by AI, which is smart contracts, and built, the fabric is on the blockchain, right? By 2020, this is what I wrote in, by 2020, we could have 1 million selfish open corporations, right? Which are basically a combination of DAOs, Danos, which they are. So every, if you think this is, we will have 1 million. So there will be, by 2020, I'm right on here, there'll be 1 million ICOs. They're all DAOs, Danos, they will be, right? They're not kind of right now, but they will be. They'll all transition to this as this technology develops, right? On the blockchain. So here's my problem, I wrote him. I live in rural Japan, and I can't move this project forward without some, I said seek of capital, sort of cap, without some seek of capital, without some sort of capital. Norm, after 2 years of developing this and now seeing people rise up against the symptoms, which are the externalities, right? Externalities are the negative outcomes of our business model built on Kaggle. So I learned this by David Suzuki. He has a great video on externalities. Oh, climate change, just the cost of doing business. Oh, the collapse of our oceans. Oh, just the cost of doing business. Oh, 2016, Great Barrier Reef, 50% died. Oh, just the cost of doing business, you know? Hey, we got to eat now salmon that you buy, by the way, in your store. The salmon you buy in the store has influenza. It has fish influenza, like bird influenza. It has fish influenza. So you know, if you're eating raw salmon at the sushi place, which I love, and I'm still doing it, but every time I take a bite, I think, you know what? I could be eating fucking influenza, and freezing it will not kill this germ. Watch the documentary. So, you know, if we want salmon, we got to have these fish farms that pollutes our water, and just like the pig farms produced our rivers. It's just an externality, a cost of doing business, living in this beautiful world of ours. Well, it doesn't have to be, right? So So what I wrote was seeking, externalities of CAGR, compound annual growth rate, or what we call proof of ROI, or work, or stake. All these platforms built on proof of work, proof of stake, are all built on CAGR. CAGR is the underlying, problem that is causing all these externalities. CAGR is inherently flawed business model that came out during the Industrial Revolution, right? The cool thing is that it doesn't need to be proof of work or proof of stake. They're just emulating CAGR, right? And this is what I told Michał, and Michał did not communicate this to Vitalik. And Vitalik now in 2018 is having that, Daiko, the shit, I unleashed the fucking Godzilla. Ethereum is a Godzilla. And poor Vitalik now. And I knew this. And I was like, because they built it without the visionary who understood it. They went out and build, it's like the guy who builds this fucking amazing AI and unleashes on the world. So, but the good news is this. We can launch, which is Horatio trying to do, Alinga Tahi, who, again, took, combined, I wouldn't say he combined my work with his work and came out with Horatio, all right? He even stole my fucking CTO, Daniel. Daniel, I love you. I don't care. I know you're going to come home to daddy someday, all right? And by the way, the 200 and I forgive you, the debt officially, this is the official forgiveness of the $8,000 in cryptos, which was 10 Bitcoin and 200 Ethereum, which added up to about $300,000 today. I officially forgive you of that debt. You don't have to pay it back to me because I love you, and it's just fucking money. And that $250,000 laptop, Foundups laptop, is a gift from Foundups to you. Undao baby. Undao baby. All right? It's yours. So, that's a beautiful thing with enlightenment. Once you become enlightened, all these kind of like sankaras that you have that hold you back, that this ego stuff kind of goes, boop, goes away. All right? So, same thing with Vitalik. I love you. Michał, I love you. I don't care. Trust me. But I am going to tell my story. All right? I hope, I forgive you. I don't care. I don't care about the money. I don't care what you did. I don't care, right? I have a bigger fucking fish to fry, and that is capitalism, right? That's what I'm frying. I'm frying that fucking fish, and we're going to toss it out, right? And usher in social capitalism. I'm getting off my target here. All right, so going back 13 minutes. Dude, I talk just too much. I'll try to lower this down. Anyway, so I know my assumptions are right. I know my assumptions are right. I know that the problem, the underlying problem facing our planet that's causing all these things that are built on an inherently flawed system, okay? It's the unifying thing that connects it all, and that is CAGR. And simply by changing this little equation, which we can now do on the blockchain, we fucking change everything. Change it all. And can you help me? Can you put me in touch with folks that would help develop this project? OIF, or what Vitalik later called Ethereum. I just had it. I believe Elise left because I believe Ethereum, Elise was left there. I believe Elise left himself off the. So I believe so here was always something. I had a tough time early on making the connection. Wasn't that tough because all I had to do was Google Bitcoin magazine. Right? That was the smoking gun. That was my first smoking gun. I was like, because it was like Michał Elise, who I'd shared, I I'd given my soul to. I had infected him with Undoubtdo. I had took the power of Undoubtdo, which I also did with, as I'll explain, with Norm. The Undoubtdo came into you, right? The Undoubtdo. That's the problem when you talk to a prophet. I don't like to use the word prophet. I use a different word now. I'm a shadow. When you talk to a shadow, all right, and you are open to the shadow, he will infect you with the Undoubtdo. That sounds pretty cool. So anyway, he didn't put himself on the white paper. Now understand, Michał was Vitalik's senior. When I went to Bitcoin Magazine, he was their top developer, as long as this Russian guy, which will be in the book, right? Michał was just getting started in coding. A brilliant guy, but just getting started. He's like, he's subs. Guys, if you come into Discord, you meet subs. He's my Vitalik right there. Subs, I'm grooming him to take over the planet, and I'm going to retire. I'm going to leave the whole fucking planet in subs. And why is he subs? I met him in Subway. So he's going to go from Subway to world positive domination, right? He's going to lead. You can meet him next year at Foundup Fest. But Subs is my boy, man. Subs. I have such great hope and expectations. Well, I know it's true because Undoubtdo says it's so. All right. Get off the bullshit here. Okay, so off the white paper, because he knew that my connection with him would be problematic, right? Would be problematic. And in 2014, I believe he was kicked from the Ethereum Foundation Board of Directors when I took my claim. I don't like claim. When I took my case to Stephen Dow, asking to simply make Foundups part of Ethereum. I didn't ask for money. I said, dude, this is amazing. You know, I know Michał. We fucking work together. I want Foundups as a project of Ethereum. Thank God he said no, because it wasn't ready. And if Foundups would have been part of Ethereum, it would have been fucked. Even then, right? Even though it was complete, it wasn't complete then. It wasn't complete. I had no idea because I needed to go off. And I needed to see certain paradigms happen. 2017 for one. And the DAO got hacked, and that would have destroyed, because Foundups would have been part of the DAO. And I would have been desolated and everything else. And then I would have had a bunch of money, and I would just go and just say, screw it. And who cares about the world? I'll have a nice finale. And that's what all these fat cats, people don't realize, they're spending all their time partying and enjoying the little bit of planet that's left. But thank God he said no. But they did kick it out. I'm so glad he didn't, Rorf. I laugh a lot. Now I know why the Dalai Lama laughs so much. It's infection. It's called enlightenment. I don't know why they call it enlightenment, but it should be called the laughing disease. Anyway, I'm getting a runny nose here. Here's the irony, okay? Norm wrote me back way outside of anything I know anything about, I'm afraid. That was his comment back. In 2016, I actually wrote him and said, dude, don't worry, Norm. The world is safe. I'm on it. Your work helped. Now, I didn't know this until this morning. Now, understand, God, I got to quit this in 2 minutes. Understand, I go to sleep with autoplay running on my YouTube. And the Google AI, manipulated by the Undoubtdo, played this documentary. It's called The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the Four Horsemen documentary. And The Four Horsemen. And I haven't watched it all, but I just listened to the beginning. It turns out this documentary came out in I don't know when in 2012, but later 2012. I talked to Norm. So when I talk to Norm and you listen to this documentary, consider this, think about it. Undoubtdo was in him, and he's talking about change coming. He's talking about the blockchain, even though it's before the blockchain. That's it.